Okay, what's going on, family? I want to do a numerology reading for a friend of mine, and somebody else may have this same birthday. Get a good marker so you all can see it. You see that they're born in May, the 5th month. May 28, 1980. All right, so one thing about in numerology, it breaks down through your whole life. Actually, the different cycles of your life. You have 3 cycles in your life. This is your adolescent years. These are your productive years, and these towards the end of your life, you go into your harvest years. Now, every 28 years or so, your life pretty much changes. So, from the time you're born to the age to about 27, 28, you're going to be under the vibration of the month that you was born in. So this lady, her name is Tracee. What's going on, Tracee? And her birthday's in May, so she's going to have that 5 until she gets up until the age of like 27, 28, which happens to be her birthday. Now, one thing too is I'm gonna do her life path number, and if you all have seen my videos in the past, you see how to get a life path number. We add up all these numbers and we get into the life path number. And when we do hers, we got 5 plus 2 plus 8. So that number right there is going to come up to a 6. So we got 5, 2 plus 8 is 1. You see that? So we got 6, and then we go ahead into her harvest years, which is going towards like 58 and on. So about 58 and on, this is how you got to resonate with that. So when we add 19, we get 1 and then 8, which is going to be 9. So when you add up all these numbers together, this number is going to equal a 15, which is going to equal the number 6 life path number. So in the life path number 6, this is a person who is definitely family oriented. Excuse me. Definitely a family oriented person, far as everything goes and how she wants everything to be out and outcome. She wants a family. I don't know if you do, Tracee, but normally, I mean, even if you don't want family, like I said in a previous video, the number 6 carries a dominion over daycares. It also has, things with families in them, where people bring their family. It also, over bedrooms, beautiful homes, museums, hospitals, neighborhood shelters, things of that nature, healthcare centers, art galleries, things like that. Now, with the life path being the number 6, it's one thing to, I'm gonna get on the life path number 6, but I'm gonna start from her day number 2. So her day number is on the 28th. So the 28th, this is her, these are called your productive years. These is when you are, some people call it in numerology the gifting years, but this is when you work in your profession best, and this one is a number 1. So now, a lot of like a number 1 carries a lot of things. Like we got people born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th. Those numbers equal up to the number 1. But on the 2-8, it's going to have a certain vibration, different from a person who's born on the 10th, which is the number 1, or a person who's born on the 1st or the 19th. The 28th is going to be still going to have that gift for leadership. It's definitely going to have that gift for leadership. But her way of persuasion is not going to be as forceful as a person who's on the 10th or something like that, or the first. Her persuasion is going to be more gentle. She's going to have a more gentle persuasion, and I know Tracee, she is a gentle person, and also carries the extremely ambitious. She's very ambitious as well. Self-confident, that carries with the number one as well, the person born on the 28th. But you also have a need to be encouraged. You have the need to be encouraged. Sometimes you need encouragement. You have an analytical mind too, very analytical, and you are a very excellent planner. So this makes you good in business and managing people and directing people because of the planning that you're really good at. You have to be careful not to become so easily frustrated in the normal routines, and that's with anyone with the number one day number or the number one gift numbers or the productive years. These people don't like a regular routine. They can get frustrated with that, you know. But they do have a pioneering type of spirit, and can also have to watch out for being very stubborn and when you commit to one idea, because things do change. You know, if things happen to change, you know, a number one person wants to stick it all the way out. But you're very creative and you have a great mind for marshaling facts in order to sell ideas. So this makes you a good salesperson as well too. So you can debate too. You don't really want to debate with a number one anyway, because they are very good at debating. Very excellent debaters. When we look at Malcolm X, I always go back to Malcolm X, who was born on 5/19. Now with Tracee being a Gemini, Geminis are, they have a dual nature to them. When you look at the sign of the Gemini, you see the twins. You know, you see the twins. Even when you look at and the Gemini rules the arms. You know, they rules the arms. When you look at how, even on the Last Supper, when I talk about how the zodiac signs, when Michelangelo was doing the Last Supper, he made sure that he put a certain expression for each zodiac sign in the Last Supper. So when you look at the Last Supper, you can look at it anytime. You will see the disciple with his hands up, representing the arms, because the twins, the Gemini rules the arms, and you can tell people who are Geminis too, because they have their arms a certain way. You know, they float, they real loose with their arms, really loose with their arms. Another popular Gemini was Prince. Prince was a Gemini, and these people are very gifted and artistic again. A lot of art things to them. They can switch up on you too, because they are twins. So you see a good nature and a more softer side of them too. Now, when it comes to the life path, we see how Tracee has this life path number 6. And anyone who has, if you add up these numbers and you see your life path as a number 6, you have to understand that, you know, you're still compassion and you seek to be service for others. You know, you seek to be service of others, and you have to be careful not to become worshiping of others or things. You know, you're very capable of giving comfort to those in need, and you frequently offer, you know, it's like a shoulder to cry on type of person. You know, those people can be like a shoulder to cry on. Now, in life, as a life path number 6, you are to develop the tools necessary to be like a true help to other people and give a sympathetic ear. You know, you want to be somebody, you can make a good counselor, you can make a good consultant with this energy of the life path number 6. You got to find balance though to help you with that. You know, you can't be too, you know, where people can take advantage of you too. Now, as far as as far as you having that life path number, you have to, another thing about it, and I don't want to, just give you, I don't know if this may be going too much into your information, Tracee, but you're naturally balanced to some degree, and you're well equipped to support others in the times of trial. Like if somebody's going through something, the life path number 6 is a good person to be able to go to, which is really good. You try to maintain harmony within the family or the group. If it's a group or a family, you try the person who brings harmony. And this again is for people who have that birthday on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th. These people are very family oriented. They're supposed to bring the harmony together. You don't want to be on that wavelength and then have be showing discord. They really don't supposed to, unless they just have a bad way about them, show discord amongst the family. They want to bring harmony to the family. You seek marriage, and you will often make a wonderful parent, offering warm protection to your children. Very warm mother. I don't know if you have any children. You probably do have some children, Tracee, but you're very good mother. Very generous, kind, and attractive too. Now, these people are attractive. Now, as far as their attractiveness, again, it goes with the sign. But, people who know Tracee, y'all seen her. She's an attractive person. I don't want to say her name and put it all out there who she, where people can look it up, but very attractive woman. And you often admire, and it baffles you why people admire you, because you're just being who you are. It's not like you're trying to do these things. It's not like you're trying to do these things. You're humble, and you carry a deep pride with you. You're humble and you carry a deep pride, and you will move, gracefully through life when you're working to shape things and trying to keep harmony. You'll move gratefully and through life, gracefully. Through life. So, as far as with the health, you have to seek out physical exercise to limit the sweets and dairy that you crave for yourself, because you can become plump. You can gain weight like that. Because you're a very homey person. When you're home and it's warm, people want to eat sweets. They want to, get a little bit of this, snacking and dairy products, and it can put some weight on you. When you're young, you must be careful to choose the partners for the wrong reason. Not to choose partners for the wrong reason. You don't want to choose them for the wrong reason, but you're past that now, hopefully, if you ever had it in the first place. But now, when I'm going to get to the personal year number for this person, Tracee, she is, now when you get the personal year number for somebody, what we do is we take these two, the birth date and the birth month. So we got 5, we already came to this as a 6. Right? Because we add up 8 and 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus and 1 plus 5 is 6. So you have to take that, and your personal year number is when your birthday comes. That's your New Year's when your birthday comes. So 2020 was a number, 2021 was a number 5 year. So you add the 6 and the 5, and you get an 11, and then you reduce that to a number 2. So right now, Tracee, you are in a personal year number 2. Excuse me. You're in a personal year number 2. And personal year number 2 is a very spiritual time. It's a spiritual time of your life. It's a spiritual time for your life, whereas you may want to be in a relationship with somebody. You actually can get a lot of spiritual downloads in this year. A lot of spiritual downloads in this year, and you have to take advantage of it. You oftentimes will move in a person of your number 2 as well. Now it's not necessarily residence, even though it can be residence. You can move out of state. You can get transferred. If you work at a job where they have more than one building, this is a year where you can get switched to another building. It'd be some kind of move for you in the person of your number 2. You have to carefully protect your plans too, and nurture them so they can come to fruition like you want. Because you have that motherly way about you anyway. So you have to nurture and watch over your plans and things of that nature. Now, having to have cooperation with others in the person of your number 2 is very important. And you have to have tact when you're speaking to them, because sometimes you can come into confrontations because in order to have a confrontation, you have to have 2 people at least, so you have to avoid any kind of confrontations. Something, you want to have a gentle approach, which you already seem to be very gentle. Being forceful in this year can make you, can work against you, so just compromise, because sometimes in the 2 year you have to compromise, and it will actually work in your favor. And it's also a year for asking for favors. Person of year number 2 is a year to ask for favors. This requires you to, have like a certain momentum from last year, because last year you're using a number 1, and number 2, you just have to pick up the momentum a little bit from last year, which is a number 1 for starting things. All right, so this year requires something else from you, a sense of balance, willingness to go around obstacles without losing sight of your goal. Going around the obstacles without losing sight of your goals. It's all a learning process. Sometimes if you make a mistake, it's all a learning process. So you will be fine. Don't want to get too frustrated this year. As far as your opportunities and your plans, you can, like I say, you have to walk easily with that so they can come true for you. It's a slow growth, and it requires patience in this year. But shout out to you, Tracee. I hope you enjoyed this. It's more to the numerology reading too. I hope you enjoyed this. And if anyone else has a numerology reading that they want, feel free to inbox me. Peace and blessings.